Content creation on a PBN. How are we doing it? Hello again, Matt Anton here with PBN Backlinks. And in this video, we're going to break down and peek behind the curtain and show you exactly how we create content and our methodology behind it and why it's super powerful and why you should care. So when you are creating content for a PBN, you are really tasked with two choices. One is you can go manual content, and the other is you can go automated, right? And if you go, there's actually multiple choices within each field too. If you go manual content, do you go native English writer? Because now you can spend $10 to $20. Let's be honest, it's going to have to be closer to probably $20 if you want great content. If you want good content, you could do it if you want something that just barely is readable, $5 probably, for 800 word post or something, then why the hell are we doing it, right? If the idea of this is just to become unique and somewhat readable, then you definitely are going to skip the native English writer because that's nonsense. You're not trying to drive sales necessarily through this directly, right? So that's kind of out. Now, are you going to hire somebody in the Philippines or India to write it? Well, that content's really not going to read well. No one's going to sit down and read an article by someone who's not fluent and proficient in English and go, wow, that was really well written. I'm going to take action. It's not going to happen, right? So let's stop tricking ourselves. So manual is out, right, for a lot of it. Now, on the automated side, and right now you're just looking at, I will get into this specific post in just a second. So bear with me on story time. So automated. Now, within automation, spinning has been around forever, right? Since e-sign articles, this has been going on for years and years and years. So it's articles designed really to get indexed, but aren't really necessarily providing a ton of value. So I don't really think it's fair to just say, well, this isn't value and this is, right? So we're creating it. We're going to put time and effort into making this unique enough to get in the index. And how are we going to accomplish that? So rather than us, PBN Backlinks trying to just reinvent the wheel, we've teamed up with other software companies and developers. And one of the biggest things that we've come across is trying and testing different article spinners or different content repurposers, spinners. There's all different kinds of software out there. So I don't really want to name names, but I will because we are working with multiple people. But one of the main popular ones is Article Builder that we worked with and Article Forge. So most people will just try one spinner program, and the problem is that if you're just using one, it's not really a footprint, but it's putting all your content eggs in one basket. So that's a problem. So we're using multiple different spinning software within the same article, right? So we, as developers and coders on our end, have developed it so that we take something from one spinner, we take it from another, as long as it's relevant, and we combine it, right? And then also we're adding another layer, and it's through your help. We're basically crowdsourcing you to get your own posts relevant and indexed. And how are we doing that? Well, if you look in your dashboard, if you look in the other videos, you'll see that you are arming yourself and the network with awesome information, whether it's local hyper information or it's just associations on a national level. And why does this matter? This matters because search engines are now association engines, right? We know this. As an SEO expert, you know this as well. So this has been going on for a long time. Google Knowledge Graph, RankBrain, whatever you want to call it, things change. But Google is getting very good at understanding, and other search engines are getting very good at understanding associations. So we basically just want to feed the search engine robots all this different content that is specific to your niche or your vertical or your business, right? And most PBNs don't do this. So let me just show you. So for example, we're embedding maps inside of these, and we're doing all sorts of things that most PBNs aren't doing. And that's why we've been so successful and been around for years. And our index rate is super, super high. Look at this. Inside of here, we're actually embedding a zip code. And some of this stuff looks nonsensical, like properties is highlighted here, but there's a rhyme and reason to this. And if you were to copy this content, just like this, and you were to paste it, say, into Copyscape, it may or may not pass Copyscape. But that really doesn't matter once I explain this to you. So the search engine robots see the source on the back end, right? So if you view page source, they see it like this. They don't see it as humans do. So all of a sudden, not only are we combining multiple trusted software spinners, now again, it's spinning, it's software creation and repurposing. It's not going to win a Pulitzer Prize, rather, right? Well, it's certainly not going to win a Peace Prize, but it's definitely not going to win any awards, right? Let's get that out of our head. So, but what it is going to accomplish is it's going to make the blog post very unique right off the bat. But now PBN backlinks, what our team has done as well is we take from multiple sources and then we add our unique algorithm on the back end, which says add HTML here, add HTML here. Ignore that. Add keywords here that are specific to your business. Add your link here, add your map, embed this, embed that. And remember how I said you have a choice between manual or automated? Well, this isn't even completely automated, because then we realized another layer of this. Well, what if we can hire somebody and train them with cheap labor and say, hey, go out and find an Instagram post about this, right? About diamonds. So it's not uncommon for you to also see a Pinterest embed, an Instagram embed, a Facebook embed in here as well. So these are all things that move us away from a typical PBN, right? If you were to just buy a PBN on Fiverr, and God, I've done a ton of that. I spent thousands on it. This is how actually we came to this service, because I would buy so many PBNs from so many different sources, and they were just a one-off, right? And there's such churn and burn. I swear, I checked the other day, I think like 3 of them were live out of 1,000, right? And I bought them 5 years ago. So, our network's been around for years and years and years. And the reason is because we're trying to move away. What the hell is a PBN? And can we move away from that and try to get on the other end of this, to a quote unquote real website, right? I'm a real boy. So that's the idea of the content. So you're helping out tremendously. So fill out your dashboard as complete as possible, whether it's local or national, and just know that you are getting the cheapest, cost-effective post possible, right? Of course, there's going to be attrition. Of course, some content's going to be more suck than other. But on the whole, the content is magnitudes greater than anything out there for PBNs. Because this is exactly what I was doing years ago when I stumbled onto this strategy, was doing this manually. I would send off files, I would send off the raw HTML with all these embeds and all this extra code to the PBN provider. And they go, well, I don't want to embed this. People selling PBNs are so warped a lot of the time. They're one link, you know what I mean? So if you don't know, you don't know, right? But as you can see, if you fill out your dashboard completely, we're going to try to incorporate that into your actual title of the post. And then inside of it, we're going to incorporate whatever information you can give us. And we have different algorithms too on our end, where we may combine lines 3 and 4, say zip code and phone number, and leave out the address one post. And then the next post, maybe we'll just have the address. And then the one after that, maybe we'll just have your business name, right? Or whatever embed you give us. So there's no footprint, right? And that's important. We have algorithms on top of algorithms, right? And it's working out really good. We took something that is very basic and simple. Anyone can get cheap hosting and throw up, a 500-word blog post and put your link into it. That's crap. That doesn't work anymore. It's not going to help you. You need content that both combines the best of automation, the best of manual labor, right? We're not asking them to write. We're getting embeds and things like that from around the web, relevant links. And we're embedding all your hyper local information or hyper national vertical specific information as well. So yeah, we're really excited about content creation. Again, the secret, really no longer really a secret, is changing things on the back end, combining multiple software, algorithms on the back end, adding HTML, adding different embeds, adding, again, all this different HTML. So there's a rhyme and reason to it when you see it. So yeah, that's content creation. We love it. It's actually something that we were basically training other people who ran PBNs years ago. And then we realized, what the hell are we doing? We could do it better, and that's really the genesis of this service. So I hope you appreciate and understand why content creation is the way it is. The alternative is to go complete human, native English writers, right? And that would increase the cost 10 to 20 fold, right? It's not worth it at that point. No one's going to read it. No one's going to care about it anyway. And then the other alternative is to go bare bones, rely on one spinner software or something like that, and just post it and then slop a link in there. No hyper local information or no vertical specific national information as well. And as you know, that's not really going to give you a lot of value either. So on the page level, we're super hyper relevant and focused, right? Now, yes, the domain may be more general and broad, but it does not matter as much as long as the actual content page is hyper local and specific. And we are putting domains into different buckets and things like that. But the main thing is, for example, the New York Times writes about so many different things and they're still trusted. It's because on a page level, relevancy exists, not necessarily just on a domain level. So we're really excited about the way we're creating content and getting awesome results. So I'm going to stop the video now. If you have any questions, you could always contact support as well. But happy posting. Talk to you soon.